Welcome everyone, my name is Panzerlight42. This is a simple list build for the Warhammer 40k community that I am a part of and that I play Crusade games with. For any of you that have been following along with the Crusade missions that I've thrown up, you will know by the title that we were in the Alchor star system. That is no longer the case, as we are currently in the... Give me just a moment, because I don't have the name completely memorized yet. We are in the Bloodhaft system. That is made up of a total of 6 different planets, consisting of a hive world, a shipyard and orbital station area, a forge world, a mining world, an agri world, and a sentinel world. So what we have done, or what the community rather has decided to do, is change from the Alchor system to a new system, as the original creator of the Alchor system in those games left, and most of the people were not taking part in games. Part of that was due to people's scheduling. Part of that was due to other reasons that I'm not going to name because I don't know them. But as you know, I have spent a lot of time making this force. So we're gonna go over the force real quick and do just a general table layout for how I do things and everything like that. So we'll get into that here in just a second. So, this is the overview of the table. It is using the workshop mod Iron Hand's third company, Clan Rakan, or Raukan, depending on how people want to enunciate it. It's using the custom table out of that workshop mod, and it is the mod that I have primarily used for all of my personal models. But as you can see, we've got Imperial Guard, we've got some if I could remember, no, these are just names. Okay, these are the Armiger Titans, or not Titans, but Knights. And we've got things kind of split out into a bunch of different sections. So for me personally, I did this to make sure that everything was nice and smooth. This way I'm not having a table that is constantly cluttered. We've got some stuff over here, or rather this whole section here is later buys and or late Crusade stuff with tools and cards. Like I have the 4th Tactical Team over here. For those of you that have seen any of the videos for Val's homebrew list, I have the Marines that I had to get rid of to make sure that I was at the correct points level, because with the two of us doing math, we'd messed it up a little. Go away. There we go. So that should hide itself here shortly. So that is all signified down to Val's Homebrew Crusade stuff, which is all in here, which we'll look at here in just a minute. I'm going to make sure, because I'm a paranoid person. I was right. Used the wrong hotkey. There we go. Now you should be able to see. This is the table layout that I have. This section being that later buys and later Crusade stuff that I was referring to. This being Val's Homebrew Crusade stuff. This area is miscellaneous or future upgrades slash buys, including 2 Crusade cards that I need to update in its entirety. That are for Iron Father Tarik and Ishkar Valkush, both named characters for the command choices for the 16th Iron Hands Clan Company, Clan Tarik, and the 34th Salamanders Company, known as the Chasarella Drakes. So what happened with the community can simply be described as we did a revamp of the system. We are still using the points system for Crusade instead of the power level. We, as a community, were given 2 options. And really these options were meant for some of the players that had been doing a lot of stuff, or been doing a lot of the fights, like myself, Val, Wydron, who has appeared in a couple of videos. I don't know if those videos ever got published. I don't think they did, but they might have. So if you saw them, hooray. If you didn't, sucks to be me, because I should have uploaded them properly. But either way, Val and I were up at, he was up at 2,900, I was up at 2,800. And this constituted my force as it stood. We were given 2 options. Either we can start completely fresh over, brand new army, at 1,500 points instead of 1,000 points. So this way people could start catching up to Val and I. Or we could keep our current army, gain no bonus requisition points or anything of that kind for anything, and we just keep the force that we currently have. Val and I both, as a point, just because of the fact that we both have fought 15 battles with our armies, which is a lot of time and effort put into them. So when given the option to either keep or start over, we immediately ran to keep. So the 16th Clan Company is led, well, real quick, we'll do a troops breakdown. The 16th Clan Company is led by the Iron Father Tarik at the head, followed by Librarian Ferric, with Lieutenant Wojtek providing assistance on the HQ element. We have the Vindicar Assassin Griffith, as always, and we have 3 squads of Marines. And we'll go over what everybody's upgrades and the like are and what each thing does. Well, I probably won't go over what everything does due to the fact that you'll see it all in game, or it'll be kind of self-explanatory. They are joined by the Relic Contemptor Dreadnought Lortex, set up in a melee platform with 2 heavy flamers and 2 Dreadnought combat weapons. Followed by the Ironclad Dreadnought Regald, who is set up with a seismic hammer, Stormbolter, heavy flamer, and an ironclad combat weapon, with a hunter killer missile and the ironclad assault launchers. They're followed by the 2 Predator tanks, Canoptech Hunter, and the Overseer. They both have their own upgrades as well. Followed by the 1st Landspeeder Tornado Squadron, consisting of the Volcano, the Bringer of Hate, and the Challenger. The Challenger and the Bringer of Hate are both set up with Heavy Bolter and autocannon, I believe, assault cannon, not autocannon, and the Landspeeder Tornado, or the Landspeeder Tornado Volcano is set up with Heavy Flamer and Multi-Melta. They are being backed up, or all of this is being backed up by the brand new unit that has not seen any combat, a Stormhawk Interceptor named Spitfire, equipped with what you currently see on the screen. Now, as far as the Chasarella Drakes are concerned, we have the big man himself, Captain Iskar Valkush. Do keep in mind that all of these models are Primaris models. There is nothing that will be firstborn here, but we're using stand-ins that look close enough and do a good enough job because, you know, we're not playing with the actual physical models, so we can't have everything perfectly. So Captain Iskar Valkush, who is equipped with the Mastercrafted Heavy Bolt Rifle and Mastercrafted Power Swords. Well, sword. The Librarian Thimshire Shen, who is equipped with what you see on the screen. Then the Apothecary Gahara Histan. Then the Cosmic Drakes squad of Blade Guard, because they are Blade Guard, which is a 6-man melee team, all equipped with Mastercrafted Power Swords and Storm Shields. And this entire thing is backed up with the Redemptor Dreadnought Leotrack, Arcos. And that is it. The cards you see under them are their, basically are blank kill cards and tally cards. So this way, if I'm not having to constantly spawn in new cards and fill them out all over again, it's just easier just to have a permanent set card here that I can always save and then just go from there. Over here off on to the side, we have all of their experience cards. So, as you can see, there's a lot of experience going around. There's 17 different units. So, we'll start off with Tarik. He has 26 experience, has a conversion field that I might be changing around for something different later, and the expert mechanic ability. The conversion field is kind of self-explanatory. As you can see on the card, the expert mechanic allows me to ignore one out of action test entirely for a vehicle. So basically a vehicle gets an auto pass. Then we have Librarian Ferric, who has 17 experience and has the Adamantium Will and Purity Seals upgrades, taking his Deny the Witch tests attempts up to a grand total of 3. Because he has 1 base and then he has another 2 through the upgrades. We have Lieutenant Wojtek with Inspiring Hero that I cannot remember what in the world it does off the top of my head. I'd have to go look it up. You have the Vindicar Assassin Griffith with the Headhunter ability, +1 to hit and wound rolls versus characters. Also, Wojtek has 12 experience, and Griffith has 8. Then we move into the tactical teams. We have First Squad sitting with 21 experience, sitting on the Terminator honors on the squad leader, and the Marksman honors. Marksman honors are shared across all of the tactical squads. It takes their 3-up ballistic skill down to a 2-up. Terminator honors affects the sergeant specifically, so you'll get to see that in gameplay if you haven't seen it anew, or if you're brand new to the channel and haven't gone and watched any of the other stuff. Second squad has Marksman's Honors and Veteran Warriors, allowing them to reroll hit rolls of 1, basically giving them the effect that a captain does for free. Third squad has Marksman's Honors and Aquila Imperialis. What the Aquila Imperialis does is that means that they can never fail a morale test. They auto-pass all of them, no matter how bad it is. What it also means is that if they fail an out-of-action test for them themselves, they can re-roll that test to try and succeed. And these cards also, as I'm sure you've noticed, count as their kill cards. That's where I write everything down for all the stuff that they've killed. Then we come to the Relic Contemptor Dreadnought Lortex with an XP total of 14. He has improved shielding, meaning that anything that is AP 0 or AP 1 is reduced by 1 armor. Reduced by 1. That stacks with the Armor of Contempt ability, meaning that it would take, let's say that somebody's shooting something that's AP 2 at the Dreadnought, it takes that down from an AP 2 down to an AP 1 because of Armor of Contempt, and then because of improved shielding takes that from an AP 1 down to an AP 0 weapon. AP 3 and above I can't do anything against. Ironclad Dreadnought Regald has 22 experience, has the finely balanced seismic hammer, taking the what would regularly be a weapon skill of 4 up down to a 3 up to his base level, and Fleshbane for the Ironclad combat weapon, meaning that it, instead of doing 3 damage, is doing 4 damage. Then we have Canoptech Hunter with 17 experience, with the improved sights for las cannons, meaning that they're firing without an awakened machine spirit, they're firing on 2 up. And then there is the Armor Bane ability, which will be explained in games. We have Overseer that has 2 upgrades. They're not marked on here, but they are weapons upgrades on both of the heavy bolters. The heavy bolters have an increased armor penetration rating from AP 1 to AP 2, and then they gain an additional armor penetration from the Devastator Doctrine. Sorry, I'm not trying to be very clanky. Then we have the Landspeeder Tornado First Squadron with a XP total of 13. And they have the Enhanced Engines ability, taking their base movement speed of 16 and taking it up to an 18, as well as adding 1 to charge rolls and advance rolls. And then we get into the the 34th. Keep in mind that all the units of the 16th, any of them that have the Devastating Blow ability, or not really abilities, but the Devastating Blow marks, those were fights where they died and failed their out-of-action tests. But we did not, or I personally, decided to take it out of the experience over giving them something that would cripple them to a degree. So, back to the 34th. We have Captain Iskar Velkush at 8 experience, with 2 battle traits, 1 having been gained due to a mission type. The bonus for winning was how I got that one. He has Terminator Honors and Adamantine Curious, which will be explained in games, especially on Wednesday. or this coming Wednesday. We have the Librarian Themsire Shin with XP of 9 and Purity Seals. So he's throwing 2 denials and has a battle scar, lost leg, taking his movement from what would be a base of 6 inches down to 5 inches. We have the Apothecary Gahara Hairstan, with XP 8, with the Halo Indominus Relic, which gives him a 4-up Involve and 4-up Feel No Pain versus Mortal Wounds, and has the Master of Physiology ability. Both of those, or one of those, is a battle trait, the other one is a relic that was given. The Master of Physiology, since the Halo's Indominus is kind of self-explanatory, the Master of Physiology is an ability that allows the Apothecary to take 1 infantry unit and make it auto-pass its out-of-action test. Now moving on to the Cosmic Drakes, which are about to get their upgrade. They have 15 experience, 16 whenever after the next fight, and they have Bladesman's Honors, which is like Marksman's Honors except for it affects the weapons skill. They have the Walking Wounded Battle Scar, which takes them from a 6-inch movement down to a 5-inch, which is fine. And then we have the Redemptor Dreadnought Leotrak Arcos that has 9 experience and has the improved shielding ability, which I've already gone over. So that is the totality of the current Crusade army. It is 2,800 points. The next future buy, after I go through a couple of fights and get the requisition points for it, will be this squad here, a 6-man aggressor team. Yes, I know they have the shield emblem of the Ultramarines, but again, we're having to use stand-in models. These are the only accurate models as to what we need them to be. So that will be the next big points buy. After that, I will be taking some time to work on buying the rest of my command teams. So another Tech Marine Urian, Lieutenant Xeris, the Apothecary Gorian, and Captain Aramus. Or Erasmus. That middle S is just silent. We're just going to run with that because I've been calling him Aramus for a while. Once I get that done out and then get the rest of this split out, we will be buying, at the minimum, 4th squad, and we'll be changing Tybane out of a missile launcher to a plasma cannon, the same way Scyther is at a 3rd squad. I'll go over the squad makeups here real quick, just to have it be easy. So 1st and 2nd squads are carbon copies of each other. Both sergeants have combi flamers. There is a dedicated flamer as their special weapons. You have 7 bolters and 1 missile launcher in both squads. The sergeants are both also equipped with chainswords. 3rd squad is a little bit different. I need to rearm them, so this way I can upgrade the sergeant to a combi plasma. But he also has a chainsword. We have a dedicated plasma gun for the standard Marine, 7 more regular bolters, and then a plasma cannon. 4th squad will be a carbon copy of 3rd squad, and equipment. And yeah, that's about it. The only other person that really needs to be gone over equipment-wise, I mean, I can go over the Canoptech Hunter and Overseer very quickly. They're both set up the exact same way. They are both Predator Annihilators, set up with twin las cannon turret, uh, 2 heavy bolters, and a heavy, not a heavy, but a storm bolter pintle mount. That's not displayed on the model, but she's there, as well as a hunter killer missile on both vehicles. Um, the Librarian is equipped with a force axe and bolt gun. Lieutenant is equipped with a mastercrafted bolt gun, bolt pistol, and power sword. And Tarik is equipped with a flamer, plasma cutter, plasma pistol, the Omniscient power axe, and 2 servo arms, as he has the servo harness attached to him, which he has had since day one. So yeah, the future buys area, or this miscellaneous area, includes the original kill cards that involve all of the Necron kill cards from the original campaign, team member breakdowns for every squad, as well as a name of or a list of battle names that they've been involved in, and then just the regular unit cards. That's more there as a memento. We have, of course, the Iron Hands special die, and then we have some 30k models outside of you. You are not 30k, but the Iron Hands Iron Father, the Tactical Squad, the Assault Squad, this particular model for the Iron Hands Daradio Dreadnought are all taken from a 30k mod known as, where was it? The Epic Heresy Super Soldier Legions, which I will not be loading up as it's just massive. If you would like to look at it, feel free to. But whenever it comes time to buy some assault squads, I will be using the 30k edition model, as I think it looks a little bit better, intermixed with the Mark 8 power armor. So these models have what would be, yikes, camera movement. These models have what is known as Mark 5 Heresy armor, which shared some resemblance to the Mark III Crusade armor. But since both the 34th and the 16th are pre-heresy and were around during the Horus Heresy, some of them did keep their armor, which, if you would like to go watch one of my other videos in which I do a full breakdown of the story thus far involving the 16th and the 34th that is known, you can find that there on my YouTube channel. So yeah, the Judicar is kind of a stand-in model. It's a Primaris model that will be picked up for the for the 34th. I apologize, my brain was having a meltdown. Then we get on to Valve's Homebrew Crusade stuff, which we will look at what this stack represents. This is their regular status cards. Just kind of ignore that for now. We're going to do a full rules breakdown at some point on Wednesday, late in the evening. It'll be a live stream on Twitch if you'd like to watch. I don't know what time it will be. It'll just kind of depend. The Homebrew Crusade list consists of Ironfather Tarik, two Relic Terminators, 4 Tactical Marines, 2 Devastator Marines, 1 Scout Marine, and an Apothecary. Don't look at Regald. Regald's not here yet. Actually, that's not Regald. That's Loramak. Loramak, why are you over here? I don't know why you're over here. So yeah, that's that. As far as the rest of this goes, we've got the Predator tank Panzerleid. That's just kind of a memento thing for me personally. Might be bought, might not be. It'll just kind of depend. And yeah, before I get too far involved in this, this is the later buys and or late Crusade stuff with tools and cards. This includes all of the Imperial Guard detachment that I will eventually be buying with, that will be the Cadians. It has a bunch of dreadnoughts that I do plan on buying. I said it earlier, and I know I said it earlier, and I cannot remember it for the life of me. I'm having this massive brain fart, and I do apologize for it. But I will have these Imperial Knights attached at some point. And so yeah, this army will continue to grow and get bigger. We probably won't see anything from the Imperial Guard until I hit about 4,000 points, of which I'm almost at 3,000. That 4,000 points being because I'm going to get the 34th to have some core infantry to run as a support element to the main assault punch, which is all the melee stuff. It is constituted out of the 34th. The 34th is, and will probably forever remain as, the actual physical punch of my army, whereas the 16th will be the main support by fire and assault by fire teams. This all being due to the fact that I don't take, as I'm sure you can see, I don't take a whole lot that does massive melee capacities. Yes, I have 2 dreadnoughts that do that capacity, but those dreadnoughts are limited in what they can tie down and how quickly they can kill things depending on what they are. Whereas like the Blade Guard and the Apothecary and everybody out of the 34th has a much, there's more of them there, so they can dish out more attacks, and thereby dishing out more wounds and more kills, and can motor through things a little bit easier. But yeah, that is a army breakdown and kind of a look at what the future will hold. I'm excited to see it. I know Val's excited to see it. And so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, there will be a fight on Wednesday, August 3rd. We'll probably be streaming it sometime in the mid-afternoon. Due to people's scheduling and everything else like that. Just got to get timing worked out. So if you are watching this on YouTube before that, please do look forward to that fight and come and watch. If you are watching this after the fight, I will try and edit this video and put a link in the description for that. So this way you can just go directly to it. I'll also try and put a link in the description for the story thus far, which covers a number of the 16th history, or a part of the 16th history and the 34th Chasarella Drakes history, up to Val's Homebrew Crusade. We're going to have to go through and write some more storyline to give the current Crusade life and meaning, as we're getting involved in stuff that is would technically be at the midpoint of the story thus far, because we had the Necron stuff that Val and I did at the beginning of 9th edition a couple of years ago, and then we started the Homebrew campaign, which is supposed to happen 1,000 years later, and now we have these events, which happen somewhere in the interim period after that, or after the opening Necrons bit. But yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed themselves. I hope you enjoy the army breakdown and getting to see everything. Wednesday should be a lot of fun. Val and I will both have a lot of fun, as we'll both be there and playing against a new opponent and a new army that I have not fought against and Val has not fought against in this capacity. But yeah, I thank you all for listening to me ramble and just blabber on. And if you have made it this far, please feel free to drop a like or a comment or anything. It is much appreciated, as it helps me to know that the videos are actually getting out there, being watched, and, you know, doing what the video is supposed to do, which is bring entertainment. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and we will catch you all later.